And away we go. It is the Nightcap, Super Bowl Sunday edition. Right here on BearcatJournal.com, brought to you as always by Galactic Fried Chicken, www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Go to the website. They will deliver right to your front door, pretty much anywhere inside the 275 loop, or Wednesday through Sunday, lunch and dinner. Head down to Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up and save yourself 15% off of the Galactic goodness. It is out of this world. All right, Aaron. We're both having Super Bowl activities at our house this evening. So a little daytime nightcap. A day cap.
Why not?
We're day drinking. We haven't day drank in a while.
We haven't.
It is what it is. It's Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't want any judgment.
The Super Bowl should be on Saturday so that everybody gets off. But that's a
whole different conversation.
Let's get to it. It is Big 12 Sunday, where we take a look back at all the good stuff that happened in the Big 12. Kind of for the first time I can recall, almost a chalk day, Aaron. Not a lot of out of the ordinary activity in the Big 12 yesterday. Although I will say, you have to be impressed with the game we'll start off with. Kansas taking on Baylor, and Kansas playing without Kevin McCullough, who is their leading scorer, kind of the guy offensively that makes everything go for them. And remember, this is a team that generally only goes 5 deep. Like, they don't ever get anything from their bench.
They still didn't.
Well, yeah, and they barely got anything from Noah Timberlake, who filled in for McCullough. He only got you 8 points, and then they got 3 points from their bench, and they were still, even though they only shot 23% from three, they were still able to take down Baylor 64-61.
Did you watch this one?
No, I was at the game, so I didn't.
Okay.
I for some reason I thought the game started at like 8 and that I was going to be able to get home and watch. But when I got home, it was like there was like 2 minutes left, so I guess it started at 6.
I believe there was a controversial ending in this one. That's the only reason I ask. I believe there was a controversial ending.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is what it is.
Yeah, it's the Big 12. Like I can't understand how a league so good has officiating so bad. I don't understand. Like it's a league where every game is decided in the final 5 minutes. Like 90% of the games come down to the final TV timeout to the end. And there is officiating playing way too much of a factor in who wins these games. And look, I'm not blaming officials for UC losing to Houston. Houston played better. Houston was a better team. Houston won the game. But you shouldn't be able to point back to 3 or 4 very specific, terrible calls that changed the outcome. So if there was bad officiating, I'm not shocked.
4 of these games finished at 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 point differences.
Right.
The outliers were 12 and 36.
36. Woo! You don't see those very often in this league. Kansas, they get what they need from their starters. KJ Adams, 13, Hunter Dickinson, 15, Furphy, 11, Harris, 14, and that's kind of where they picked up the slack was Harris picking up some scoring for the loss of McCullough. But look, you got to give Kansas credit, with as short as they are and losing their top guy, and they still managed to hang on and beat Baylor 64-61. Yeah. I mean, the same thing's going to happen that always happens, right? It's going to be the final day of the season. Houston is going to play at Kansas. Or is that at Houston? Yeah, I think it's at Houston because that first game was at Kansas. It's going to be Houston and Kansas for this league championship.
Kansas at Houston, yeah.
Iowa State, 71-59 over TCU. I was having this conversation with a coaching friend of mine that is familiar with the Big 12, Iowa State's a real deal. They are physical. They might be more physical than Houston. They might be more physical than Houston. They are very good, and they pretty much just bullied TCU. They win the first half 30-22. They win the second half 41-37. They are impressive.
So what did we talk about the last time we did a Big 12 show? We talked about how this team is reminiscent of how deep Cincinnati's bench is and why they're probably the closest comp for Cincinnati. That Iowa State bench scored 23 points in this one in a game that was decided by 12.
Yeah.
So
they are a carbon copy of Cincinnati with better offense and better defense.
I'd go Cincinnati being the carbon copy. And
well, that's but you know what I mean.
They're established.
Yeah. And they're ranked higher. They're number 3 in defensive efficiency. And I think they're right around top 40 in offensive efficiency.
They're about to be a top 10
20
team.
And 60. Yeah.
They're about to be a top 10 overall team. So yeah.
Yeah. They are very good. It is a tall task. But we will get to that as tomorrow plays out, and we talk about it plenty on the BBP. BYU in control. Kansas State did make a push late, but the Cougars 72-66. A big victory for them over Kansas State that gets BYU back to 5-5 in the league.
Another game where Trevin Knell just disappoints me because he is not the same person. He is the 5th leading scorer for the BYU Cougars in this one. 5th.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Look, I don't know why UC won that game. Like you can be hung up on it if they lost and the guy made 9 threes.
That's the only thing I know about this team is I don't like that guy.
Texas Tech gets back in the win column at home 66-59 over UCF. This one was it would have made old Big East fans proud, a little bit of a rock fight, but credit to Texas Tech for handling their business. They go to 6-4. UCF falls to 4-6.
The big thing about this game, Warren Washington back in the lineup after having a game off and after he shit his pants. But Pop Isaacs did not have a good game at all in this one. And this team found a way to win despite him being terrible. 2 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 5 from 3, 7 points for Pop Isaacs.
I mean, I think Cincinnati kind of cracked the code on defending Pop Isaacs, and teams are looking at it and saying, okay, bully him, push him around, put somebody bigger on him, and make him really, really work. And
imagine this fan base with a superstar like Pop Isaacs having a couple off games, what the reaction would be around here.
Fire him into the sun, bench him, kick him off the team, sell all of his belongings on Craigslist.
He probably should have been kicked off the team well before this for completely other reasons.
We're talking about basketball reasons, Aaron.
Just saying. You hate to see a shit human having shit things happen to them.
Texas 94-58 over West Virginia. Look, these are the two most bipolar teams in this league. So of course, it's just an absolute bloodbath. West Virginia doesn't go up. Texas plays maybe the best game they've played all year, and this is the result.
Jesse Edwards had a fantastic game, 17 points on 7 of 9 from the floor, and it was not even close. Every starter for Texas scored in double digits, led by Disu, who had 27.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
51% from the floor for Texas. 51 for the game. 51%. 51%.
Look, when Texas is good, they have enough. This is a team that was on the cusp of winning a championship last year.
47% from the arc in this game for Texas on 15 of 32. I would kill people for 15 of 32. Even if it was one of the players on this team, I would kill people for 15 of 32.
You're going to get us demonetized. Relax.
I'm just saying.
And then finally, Oklahoma State's not going to be easy. I think part of this is one, Oklahoma State is improving, and two, we have both maintained that I don't think Oklahoma is as good as the record.
The record, yeah, 18-6.
But 66-62, Oklahoma does hold on and knocks off Oklahoma State. I hope people don't look at that Oklahoma State game and just automatically assume that's a win, because they are a team that is improving. And we have seen that over the past 2-3 weeks.
It was close, probably entirely too close for anybody who's a Sooner fan to
Look,
feel comfortable
if you're an
with.
Oklahoma fan, you went into that game thinking we're going to do to them what Texas just did to West Virginia.
Correct.
And it was a game that was decided by 4 points.
It's not how that went at all.
Coming up this week, Aaron, West Virginia at TCU. We got a double big Monday slate. West Virginia at TCU. Good.
I wonder how much of that is the fact that football's over now and they're looking to capitalize on Monday nights.
Well, I mean, the problem is the West Virginia TCU game's on ESPN Plus. So, I mean, you're not really getting an extra game on network TV for your inventory.
Kansas, Texas Tech, though, on the mothership
at 9:00 is going to be a doozy, especially, I mean, if McCullough's not there for Kansas, they're right for the pickings on the road.
ESPN is giving Kansas a 50.1% chance to win this game. Texas Tech 49.9. I don't know that you get any closer to a coin flip.
Yeah. That's going to be a fun one Monday night. Tuesday, Iowa State, Cincinnati. We know the implications there. Oklahoma at Baylor is going to be an interesting one. Oklahoma, if they lose, fall to 500 in the league.
That'll be on ESPN2 right after the Cincinnati game if you're looking to get your Big 12 fix.
Big 12 Tuesday.
Yep.
On ESPN2. And then finally, to close things out, UCF at BYU. Now remember, Cincinnati goes to UCF next Saturday. So this will be the game before. You would probably like to see UCF get a win here and not go into that game on a losing streak. But winning at BYU, not easy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think so. But ESPN giving BYU an 88% chance to win that one. Baylor also heavily favored at almost 75%. And the Cincinnati-Iowa State game, Cincinnati given a 40.4% chance to win that one. I don't know. I don't think that this is going to be straight chalk between the 2 days. I think that I'd be shocked if West Virginia upset TCU. I think that Texas Tech, though, I think I'm with you. I think that they have definitely an opportunity to upset Kansas, and Texas Tech probably needs it after the week they just had. Cincinnati, Iowa State, we'll see. I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about tomorrow night on that. Baylor, Oklahoma, give me Baylor all day, and BYU over UCF.
League standings: Houston up top, half a game clear of Iowa State. Houston 8-3, Iowa State 7-3. Kansas in third, 1 game back at 7-4. Essentially, that game in the season is going to be a big one as things are tracking. Baylor and Texas Tech both at 6-4 behind Kansas. Oklahoma 6-5, BYU and TCU 5-5, Texas and Kansas State 5-6. Cincinnati and UCF 4-6, West Virginia 3-7, Oklahoma State 2-9. So
still not out of it. You just got to string some wins together, and you certainly have an opportunity to do that in the next couple of weeks. as good a chance as any in this conference slate.
The gauntlet doesn't stop. The objects just aren't as sharp that are swinging at you as you get to the final, six games of the slate. But
blunt force trauma has killed plenty of people.
It's still trauma. Blunt force trauma is still trauma. That's going to wrap it up. Everyone have a great Super Bowl. Enjoy your night. We will see you tomorrow night on the BBP right here on this channel. That is the Nightcap Day Drinking Edition. Brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!